You know, sometimes it's just nice to review a new product and also look back at the good old times. Hello there, and welcome to a video where we're going to be talking about mostly Catrice and mostly their new Secret Garden Face and Cheek Palette. Listen, this is beautiful. This is like a whole palette filled with creams that looks really stunning. I haven't used it yet, and it was one of their limited edition collections, so I just really want to see how it performs. Now, first note, it is a little bit sweaty. Like, it was sweating already when I got it from the store, and it keeps sweating on. But I'm sweating too, so let's get to it, okay? And while we're here, I just want to show you some good Catrice products, just in case this one didn't work out, you know? So I'm going to be using my two favorite primers from Catrice, the Perfector and the Hydrator. As you may have guessed, the Perfector is going to be like a nice pore filler, which is mattifying the face, filling in your pores, and just making sure everything is nice and smooth. For me, this is not really a all over the face primer. It is more like just a problem area primer because my face is really not that oily, even though now it kind of does look like it is. Then the Hydrator, which is a very basic primer with aloe vera that's supposed to hydrate your face, keep your makeup on, you know, stuff like that. And it's very universal, I would say. It works well with many foundations. It's not too heavy, not too sticky. It's just a really nice primer, almost like a moisturizer. God, I'm red today. For my foundation, I'm going to use my ultimate favorite. This is the best thing Catrice ever did in terms of foundation. This is their Clean ID Hydro BB Cream. This is perfect. Like, there's nothing wrong with this product and never will be. This is by far the best BB cream I've ever used, and also one of the best foundations I've ever used. It's just perfect. The color match is awesome. It's really nicely neutral in the tone. It blends like a dream and it looks awesome on the skin. It gives you like a really nice light coverage. You can still see a lot of my redness through it, but it gives me like a nice unification of the tone, a little bit of glow, a beautiful hydrating feeling on the face. If you have dry skin, this works so well in keeping your skin just nicely hydrated through the day. It is also non-comedogenic, which is one of many reasons why I like it so much, because it doesn't clog up my pores. I didn't have a Catrice concealer, so I used a different one. Now moving on. Now let's go for the palette, shall we? So again, Secret Garden palette. You have a bronzer shade, a blush shade, and two highlighters. Honestly, I feel like this was kind of targeted towards medium skin tones. It might be a bit too dark for me. And for people with deeper tone than medium, I would say this is not going to be great. So once again, shade range, they just didn't do it really well. This is not going to work for a whole lot of skin tones, but it could potentially work from me. So I guess we will just see how it goes. I feel like first, I just want to swatch these to really see and feel the texture. The bronzer feels a bit more oily than the blush, but they seem nicely pigmented. Yeah, you can even kind of see on my hand, the bronzer is a bit more sweaty, glowy, the blush is a little bit less. And then I'm going to take the two highlighters. So the lighter one is over here and the darker one is over here. Those feel pretty much the same. See, my problem with these is that the deeper one is definitely going to be too dark for me. And there's a lot of people who it will be too light for. So this is just not, I don't know. Yeah. But those are the colors you get in the palette. I think they're pretty neat. They're looking pretty good. It's a nice selection. One thing that kind of bugs me though is the two highlighters, because I know for a fact every time some of them are going to be too dark for me. In this case, definitely the second one. But I don't think that this is very practical for everyone. So maybe if you have a medium skin tone, like right between the two highlighters, that you can get away with both, then it would be perfect for you. For me, this is just a waste of one pan, basically. So you know what? Let's try them on. So I'm first going to take the bronzer. I'm going to go straight into the pan because I'm a savage. So, oh yeah, of course, it's immediately dirty. Okay. And I'm just going to try to apply it the way I normally would. Okay, this is how it looks. It is pretty pigmented, blends pretty well. I don't think it took off any of that BB cream below. So shiny. And the tone is okay. It did kind of sheer out as I started blending it in. Let me try a different brush and a different technique. I'm just gonna bring it on my finger and I'll try to just apply it like this and then blend it out. Looks almost the same, honestly. There's not much of a difference. Just, I did definitely apply less product, so it may look a little bit less pigmented, but it does sheer out to like quite a nice, almost just like a hint of tan. I feel like now I just look tan. I don't really look like there's a whole lot of some structured makeup on my face. Or I just kind of forgot how to blend bronzer over my vacation, who knows. However, this is how it looks like. I think this is actually pretty good. Now for my blush, I'm gonna use one of my stippling brushes that I tend to use for blush a lot. And I'm gonna be very careful. I'm just gonna dip once. And I already can see a lot of pigment on that blush. So let's go in. It does look more insane on camera than it looks in real life, but it is quite a nice color. It does feel a bit more matte than the bronzer. I'm not living for this yet, but it's not too bad. I thought the color is gonna be a bit more insane, to be quite honest with you, but it seems okay. All right, now I look stupid in the viewfinder. Now for the highlighter, I'm gonna take the Mitchell brush. For the starters, I'll just dip into the lighter one and I'll try to apply that. Yeah, like that definitely works. I'll turn it around and try the darker shade on my other cheek. I don't think it's like extremely dark, but I think I see a little bit of something. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like almost my skin tone if you look at it. It's not that far, but I would probably stick with a lighter one anyway. But this is it. I'm going to powder my face now to see how much it gets like tuned down and smoothed out once you actually powder your face. All right, this is my face all powdered down. You can still definitely see that I do have some complexion products on. The browns are pretty much still there, and the blush is a lot more subtle, so I'm not sure what happened to it. Kind of just like blended into my skin. Also, the highlighter is still kind of there. You can see a little bit of glow, but that's a case with a lot of highlighters, that they kind of disappear once you powder them. There are also ones that don't really do that as much. This one is like completely gone. We did get rid of all the dewiness, which I like a lot. I feel like this is just a bit too dewy for me to be using like very, very often. I'm gonna try very gently reapply that highlighter on top of the powder and see what it does. Because honestly, if you powder your face, just highlighters are complicated. I mean, liquid highlighters and cream highlighters. It's not impossible. And it did not disrupt the foundation, I think. So it's definitely doable. If you want to put on the glow onto your powdered face, it's definitely possible. I also have the Volume and Lift Brow Mascara, which is one of, you know, just their fiber and caring and just brow fixing and brow coloring products. I do really like their eyebrow pencil, the slim one. But this gel didn't really win me over. I do quite like the shade. I think it matches my really well. But at the same time, this doesn't have a lot of hold. It just doesn't do anything I would love it to do. So it doesn't make my eyebrows more full, more bushy, hold really well. No, it's just kind of there, just chilling. And that is okay too, but I don't love it. Okay, now I'm just gonna take the Aloe Vera eyeshadow stick and do like a quick liner. There we go. This is just like a really simple smoky thing. This eyeshadow stick is not incredible. I don't really reach for it at all, but it's a nice shade of brown and it's really easy to do like a super simple smoky look with it. And then I'm just gonna use the Boost Up Volume and Lash Boost Mascara. This one I actually really like. I find it very unproblematic. The formula is super lightweight. It doesn't do like wonders for my lashes, but it doesn't, you know, do anything bad. So it doesn't fall off, it doesn't like run everywhere through the day, it doesn't sweat off, it doesn't smudge. So I'm very happy with it. There we go, a bit of that smokiness. I would just like to give honorable mention to these. I have almost all of those. They are the 5-in-a-box mini eyeshadow palette if you're looking for a very good, very affordable, travel-friendly palette, or just like some basic palette with almost a whole look. These are awesome, I really like them, the quality of them is great. And for my lip, I really wanted to match the blush. So I wanted to use the Beautifying lip balm in the shade Water-melonade, but I just don't think it really matches. So I'm also gonna top it off with Untold Story. This is almost a full face of Catrice products. As you probably could tell, I do like a lot of them, but we're here mostly to talk about the palette, so do I like that? Now listen, I love the idea, but there's a lot of things that I would change. First of them is the packaging. I feel like there's a lot of edges that could be eliminated, like the outer packaging mostly. Also, maybe I would appreciate like 4 larger pans. I don't really like these rectangular long pans because they're hard to pick up if you don't have like a properly shaped brush for that. So I'm not super happy about the packaging, but at least it's slim, you have a big mirror in it, so those are pluses. Listen, if you put this out in like 6 shades, I would be much happier, honestly. But as it is, you know, limited collection, they usually put out just one of everything. This is a good idea, but the execution of it is not like 100%. I do like the effect of the bronzer because it makes you look really just tan, like just tan and glowy, which is probably a very desired outcome for many people. I don't like being too dewy, too glowy, too just shiny in general. So the chances are I'm going to powder it anyway. If you powder the bronzer, the dewiness goes away, but a lot of the pigment goes with it. First remark is these products are not super powder friendly, which is a shame because I do powder my face every goddamn day. All that aside, the bronzer I think is quite nice, but I would appreciate it if the formula would be a bit closer to the blush. But that being said, the blush did seem a lot more pigmented, a lot more there, a little bit more matte in the formula, but now I can barely see it. Like, I did try to revive it again, you can see it a little bit, but it does look very intimidating and it's just not. So this one, I have a ton of different cream blushes that I feel like work just a lot better, look a lot better, and are more predictable. You know, if you apply too little and you really go softly before you powder, then it's just not gonna be there at all. And even if you go heavy like I did, it's not, I don't know, it's just not it. I don't think it's good with powder, and I don't really love it as much as I thought I would because I really like these super vibrant blushes, but now it's just not it. I don't know what happened there in the process, but the blush just doesn't work well with the powder. And then we have the 2 highlighters. Surprisingly, I feel like both are okay. So for me, I would probably mostly use the lighter one, and these completely disappeared once I powdered my face. This may sound like stupid, like of course they did, but I swear to you, I have a lot of highlighters that don't do that actually can like kind of shine through the powder. Also, I didn't use a lot of powder, so this kind of behavior is not really desired for me either. Good thing is that they don't really feel sticky. I like that my face doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel too heavy. But yeah, it is a cute shade, but it's nothing super special that you don't have somewhere else. But overall, I think the thought of it and the look of it is better than the actual performance of it. For me, this is a little bit of a disappointment because I was really looking forward to trying this out and really loving it and recommended it to everyone who wants to start with cream products. But honestly, if you're starting out with cream products, don't buy this. I don't think it's a good starter product. I don't think it's a great product in general, to be honest. So yeah, we're ending on kind of a depressing note. I didn't love the product, boohoo. But, you know, we gotta stay honest. And that is it for today. So thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see more videos where I talk about makeup, you can check out the playlist. See ya!